Hey everyone, this is Keyblader007 and we got a new Organization 13 event. It's that time of the month again, the 13th. Zexion's 13th Organization event. So this is an expert event, as you can see. Number 6, Zexion is here. This event lasts from the 13th of June to the 19th of June. It's always from the 13th to 19th. The 13th event arrives on the 13th of every month. This month's featured Organization 13 member is number 6, the Cloaked Schemer, Zexion. So it's not Zexion, it's Zexion. If you watch the cutscenes with him, it's always Zexion. So that's how he looks, and that's the hair you get. 13 event quests will be available during this period. By completing these quest objectives, you can earn prizes such as the exclusive Zexion B medal, the Zexion style avatar part, and more. So Zexion, kind of upset what he does. Really upset actually what he does. So obviously he's a reverse magic metal, tier 3. His special attack deals 6 hits, raises strength by 1 tier for 1 turn, inflicts more damage the more skills triggered in that stage. It's a random target and he's 0 gauge. Why the hell do we really need a strength up metal for 1 at this point in the game? People are saying this is good for proud mode, but I don't know. I'm just really pissed off it's not some strong damage dealing metal, even though it has a good multiplier. Let's jump right in. So I gotta say, these quests are very good with theme, and you'll see in a minute. They're extremely strategic, so just like Zexion would be, and there are a number of illusions in these quests. The main enemy is usually a barrier master like these guys, and you'll see what he does in a bit. So first of all, let's start quest 1, Organization 13 number 6, Zexion number 1. Objectives: defeat barrier master times 1 for Huey, Dewey, Louie, defeat barrier master times 1 for Louie, and defeat barrier master times 1 for 20 jewels. You're always going to get 20 jewels. Barrier master level 25. So this is a new type of enemy. The number above the shielded sorcerer gets smaller with every medal you use. Once it reaches 0, it'll boost its allies' defense. So that's important to know. This new enemy is very dangerous later on. This is the build I'll be taking. There's a good reason for it, that this is here and not here. And there's a reason I have this with double cast. And I'll be taking Xenon's Second Chance 2 extra double cast Tyree for majority of these fights. So you start this fight and you're like, holy shit, look at all these Giga Shadows, but look, they're illusions. None of these are real except for the one with the little name and attribute orb near him. So if you avoid those, you get straight to the barrier master. Now I could just kill him with my Nova, but I want to show what this asshole does. So the first attack will probably kill everyone. He'll pop and kill him. So that was a bad example. When he gets stronger, I'll show you what he does. First one's easy. And here's your rewards: 20 jewels, a Louie, and a Huey, Dewey, Louie. So majority of these quests are going to be easy except for the last 2. Last 2 are hard. 13th is ridiculously hard. So Zexion Part 2. Defeat all enemies within 1 turn, you get a mirror. Same thing, you get a Huey, and the same thing, you get 20 jewels. Barrier Master now at level 50. It's always 1 AP for these quests, so that's pretty awesome. So, since we just got to defeat it in 1 turn, all we got to do is kill everything. These are probably the easier of these kind of quests. There's a lot of enemies with timers above their head. Hit timers. And we got a lot of new enemies, like the Barrier Master's a new enemy, these little witchlings are new enemies. And there's more in later quests, so that's cool. I like the new enemies. Your rewards are 20 jewels, Huey, and a magic mirror. As you notice, I'm rocking the female avatar again because she has the plus 24 skill perk. And we do need the plus 24 skill perk as every little bit counts for the last quest. I need perfect RNG for skill procs to actually beat it. Number 3. Complete within 60 seconds for a Zexion B medal, 60 seconds for a Dewey, and 60 seconds for 20 jewels. Barrier Master now level 75. This is our first Zexion B medal, now it's a time trial. So in these, there's going to be a shit ton of illusion monsters you got to get through. But they're not really that hard. You just got to keep running ever so slightly. And just look for ones that actually have things over their head, like this guy right here. So if you run into one, you can still kill it. They're not that strong. I think I can afford to run into like 1 or 2 max without screwing up my time. And there he is. Still way under 60 seconds. You gotta wait for the little animations because they all have different animations. So that cuts into your time a bit. And your rewards are the following: 20 jewels, Dewey, and your first Zexion B medal. Moving on to part 4. It's pretty much the same objective for every one of these going straight down. So I'm just going to read the first objective and read the rewards from now on. So complete within 2 turns for Huey, Dewey, Louie, a Louie, and 20 jewels. Barrier Master level 100. So now I'll show you what he does. So he already had an up 2 defense and PSM defense, and he raises himself and everyone by 5 PSM and regular defense when you hit him and his counter goes down from 1 to 0. That's a very dangerous enemy because defense is really important. The only 2 things that can get past this: 1, just straight up fixed damage, or debuffs. So things like that are going to be your best friends. And your rewards are 20 jewels, a Louie, and a Huey, Dewey, Louie. Alright, we're up to part 5. We get another Zexion B medal. Defeat Barrier Master times 3 for Zexion B medal, Huey, and 20 jewels. Barrier Master is now level 125. So in this one, you got to be extra careful because they're invisible and they hide among the visible enemies. So let's try this path first. There's one right there near the portal. It's going to boost his defense. So the reason I put key art 4 there is because I want to trigger his defense boost early so I can debuff it later, because that's why you don't want the debuff first, because then he'll just respond with triggering his own thing. And I get the extra attacks, so this way, like when I find his ass, I'm much stronger, so I can deal with him much better. There's one right here, I didn't even see him. And the last one's going to be the target. Just gotta weed your way through the fakes. I do really love this illusion thing. Even the main guy's invisible. Here's your rewards: 20 jewels, Huey, and a Zexion B medal. Part 6. Defeat all enemies at the 1 turn for a mirror, a Dewey, and 20 jewels. Barrier Master is now level 150. Those illusions really scared the crap out of me when I first did this. So this is a Shadow Witch, that's a new enemy. Probably going to see her in a Halloween event or something in the future. Gotta love the sound effect of actually hitting the bell. That's a nice aesthetic they put there in the game. And that's some new kind of power wild enemy, but we're just going to know over them. Your rewards are 20 jewels, Dewey, and a magic mirror. Moving on to part 7. It's another time trial one. Complete within 50 seconds for mirror, Louie, and 20 jewels. Barrier Master is now level 175. This will be another one where you gotta weed through the giant ass enemies. Be very careful not to get caught. Again, as I said in the past, I will not be fast forwarding time trial videos. This is scary as hell, because there's a chance some of these are actually real. So the Nova helped kill the balloon guy who killed him as a result, so that was cool. Got that in 35 seconds, and here's your rewards: 20 jewels, Louis, and a magic mirror. Coming to part 8, our third Zexion B medal is here. Complete within 2 turns, you can get the Zexion B medal, Huey, and 20 jewels. Barrier Master is now level 200. He keeps rising up by 25. Now these are new enemies. You know the Green Requiem from the story? That Super Witch, I don't know what it's called, the Sleepy Arrow guy. He's dangerous because when you trigger him, he'll definitely put you to sleep unless you have sleep resist traits. This is what I was talking about with Zexion being really good at strategizing, because now that little guy is going to heal everyone as a result. Didn't heal itself though. Your rewards are 20 jewels, Huey, and a Zexion B medal. We're up to good old number 9, which has the hair. Defeat the Barrier Master times 4 for the male and female Avatar Zexion style hair, and 20 jewels. Barrier Master is now level 225. They usually always make the 9th mission the hair, except for like 1 or 2, I think. So you gotta be really careful to find 4 of these guys, because some of these behemoths are real. And there's no time trial, but unless you're equipped to fight one of them, I don't think you want to fight one of them. This is probably the biggest asshole of an enemy I've ever encountered in this game. I hope they don't put him in Coliseum, because the defense is already high enough. I don't need someone that triggers defense. There's 1. 2. That long ass animation for when they disappear. Oh shit. I accidentally ran into a behemoth. I'm gonna fast forward this fight because I could definitely take it. But yeah, know that the one above that guy is real. That one's real. Ah, there's the other guy. So there's 2 that way, 1 this way, and the target's that way. I can't seem to do this fight without running into at least 1 behemoth. And there's the final guy. Your rewards are the following: 20 jewels, Zexion style for male and female. Part 10, I believe this is the 4th Zexion B medal. Defeat all enemies at the 1 turn for a Zexion B medal, Louis, and 20 jewels. Barrier Master is now level 250. So it's called Sleep Archer. And this thing is called Shadow Magician. Here's a screenshot of your rewards. You get 20 jewels, Louis, and your 4th Zexion B medal. Moving on to part 11, probably the last one that's not too hard. Your 5th Zexion B medal. Complete within 75 seconds for Zexion B medal, Huey, and 20 jewels. Barrier Master is now level 300. Alright, so this is another time trial, so I'm not going to fast forward it. Just for the first one, you gotta bob and weave through these guys. Watch those 2, they're both real. This one, everyone in the back is fake. Watch this dark side go up. He's real. Everything here I think is fake, because it'd be impossible to weed through otherwise. It's just to scare the shit out of you, which definitely did me. And there we go. We're here in under 75 seconds. We can definitely take this fight. And this should do it. Exactly 74 seconds. That was close. I was a little slow on that one, but we're still under it. Here's your rewards: 20 jewels, Huey, and a Zexion B medal. That last one was friggin' close. Okay, here we go. The first hard one is number 12. Complete within 2 turns for your 6 Zexion B medal, a Dewey, and 20 jewels. Possessors level 325. You're thinking, where the hell did the Barrier Master go? You'll find out. A swarm of heartless this smoky can't be good for your health. They inflict various status ailments, so bring the proper medals to remedy the situation. Going with the same build. Nothing here has tremendous amounts of health, and there's your Barrier Master, if you were asking. There's 2 of them. So let them raise their defenses. They're both going to do it now. Everyone else is level 400, as you can see. This should finish off everybody, almost. Here's your rewards: 20 jewels, Dewey, and a Zexion B medal. Coming up to the hardest quest, number 13. This quest is ridiculous, and only people with perfect RNG and perfect traits can beat this. So luckily I got good with my speed traits a long time ago and it helped me out, but I had to waste over 50 mirrors to max skill 3 medals, change the skill on another medal. It was a lot of strategy. First of all, this is your final Zexion B medal. You gotta complete within 2 turns. You also get your title, which is, the number 6, 20 jewels, and you're fighting the Wretched Witch level 350. This quest is ingenious for Zexion because of how difficult it is and how everything hits back and forth from each other, and you're going to see that in a little bit. I also got to say, I need perfect RNG of all my skills proccing to actually win this. So this is my build. I'm going with the Sleeping Lion, a wily witch wielding potent poison apples as weapons. Using special attacks with healing capabilities is recommended, which I got. So my main strategy is this. I have key art number 5. I had to max out the guilt on this. It has attack boost 4. It has ground enemy defense. This is very important for me. I have Illustrated Sora B. I had to max out that guild. I had to change the skill, and it's almost leveled up. That's why it's new. To attack boost 4 APP, or attack prize plus. It raises my speed base attack by 2 tiers for 2 turns. And it has extra and ground defense, also very important for this. This is my debuff, Illustrated Bell and Beast. I wasn't wasting mirrors on that because it still doesn't do any damage. No traits. My Illustrated Cage Dukairi has second chance too, very important, you need to survive. Traits don't matter. My Illustrated Halloween Sora, also important, I have to max out his guild. He has extra, that helps a lot. And I was taking someone else's Kairi, but this Kairi has second chance too. It's not fully maxed out, but it's still a high enough trigger rate, and it has extra, so that might even help me even more. So we're going to see what we can do with this. Let's go. So the first thing you'll notice is there's a shit ton of enemies around you. The witch has plus 39 health bars and has up speed defense. There's a sleeping archer with a 2 over his head. There's the green requiem thing, the 3 over its head. 2 barrier masters with 1, and there's this slashy guy in the top that has plus 56 health bars with up 2 defense. If you attack everyone, you'll fall prey to the sleepy guy who will make you weak, and then if you try to kill everything besides him, the healer will heal everyone by a lot. And you notice everyone is level 5 friggin' 100. So my strategy is to target the sleeper first with my ground defense. Kill him before he does his little trick. tap him because I don't want to activate the healer too early. Debuff, blow Nova. Kill the healer. Kill the barrier masters. Gotta survive with second chance. Target the big guy. And that's how you do it. Your final rewards are 20 jewels, the title, the final Zexion B medal, and your title is number 6. There's my Zexion with the hair. So here's your Zexion B medal. It deals 4 hits, raises strength by 1 tier for 1 turn, inflicts more damage the more skills triggered in that stage. Its damage goes from 1.72 to 3.57. That's pretty high for a 0 gauge medal. Illusions plus 4. I'm not going to guilt it because I do not want to risk a bad guild out of a guild campaign, but we will get it traded. So let's skip to it leveled up and start trading it. Alright, we're going to start trading it. Let's go 1. I think I want extra or negative ground defense. So I got the ground defense, but for a strength up metal extra might be better. Alright, let's evolve that one. That's what he looks like. His multiplier went up to 3.81, and now we're going to trait the other half. And this would be, if I was going to guilt it, it'd be like this. But I'm not doing that. So this is Zexion B. It has 7,318 strength at level 100, 7,164 defense, 1.96 to 3.81 at 3 dots. So 2 more dots will probably bring it closer to 4. And here's the last look at the cool new picture. Sucks that it doesn't do any strong damage.
Then I shall make you see that your hopes are nothing! Nothing but a mere illusion!
Alright guys, that's it. We finally got Zexion B. I'm not going to guilt it until a future video when the guild campaign comes out. Then we can see how strong it really is. I don't know if I'll keep this trait. Maybe I'll go for extra if they re-roll together. Otherwise, I'm stuck with it. But negative ground defense is never really that bad. As you saw, I couldn't have got the 7th of this medal if it wasn't for those negative ground defense traits. Peace out guys. Till next time.